Been live. This is Corey, and I'm here to show you all something as far as my work and talk to y'all, about how extremely slept on it is. I know some of you have probably got bored with hearing about a 4.5, but just being bored just reflects your intelligence level, and I mean no harm by saying that, but whenever you come across something that is definitive evidence of something that is, I mean, substantial, redundant, over and over and over again, it doesn't matter how many times you've seen it. You see Jordan symbols every day, but there's no truth that's really given behind it. You're not really benefiting anything by buying Jordan's symbol, but I'm showing you something that you can benefit from and can, in fact, make a clothing line myself out of it. So, anyway, just to cut things to where they are supposed to be, I just wanted to start off by showing y'all that, like I told y'all, this is a worldwide symbol. And this is something that, when you travel across the world, you'll be able to see evidence of this in nearly every corner of the world. Okay. On every continent, there is remnants of this. Every continent, except here in North America. So the first place is a mosaic in Turkey. Okay. You can see the geometry is remnant of my discovery. What's the difference is my discovery has a divine X that is made through mathematics and the numbers themselves through bifurcation. So once you realize, and that's the essence of 0, 1, 9, and 8. Once you realize that, nobody has done that. And the closest thing that you will come, this X that I'm talking about is the center X. Uh, Sorry, my screen is, this is evident. They playing with my screen right now, the feds, because my screen, I'm typing something and it's not popping up. Literally. Letter A won't even work over there. Now this won't even move. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. No. Cause they playing with me, man. They trying they playing with my screen right in front of you. Like I'm hacked and I've been being watched for the longest, man. I'm trying to type right now and this motherfucker is sitting up here tripping. But this X that I'm talking about is right here with the Jacob's Ladder quilt. This is not my discovery, but it's very close. When you, the whole point of my discovery is the count that it is. It's not just that it looks like this, because there's many symbols that looks like this, and that's why I'm showing it. But what's going on is the essence of mathematics, a different count system, number systems. When you count 0 through 9, 5 on one side, 5 on the other, that's a count. That's a number system. That's the decimal system. But here, with a different count, you got 6 on one side, 6 on the other, 0 through 11 is what that would be, I believe. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 0 through 11. And so if you just applied this to what I did with my work to every number out there, that's going through the different number systems. But the fact is, when you do that with every other number, you're looping at the number 10. Once you get to the number 9, you're just going to start right down to number 10 again. So when you do that, that's what I'm saying. You're using the same character. So the main base is the number 9. So I just kept it at that. But this right here is the Jacob's Ladder quilt. It is the closest thing on this earth that you really honestly will get to exactly my work. Okay. Didn't mean to click on that. But besides that, in the Mexico corner of the earth, you have the Chicana. Okay. La Chicana. And say it means bridge, to cross over. So this is an intermingling of, or a bridge in between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. This would have something to do with both death and life. And that's in fact what it is. So you see that the geometry of the Chicana is just like my discovery. As you can see. It's just like it. The whole point is it's like an alphabetical system. An alphabetical system would, when you look at the characters, if you look at Chinese characters, their language that they write in, it does not look like English characters. If you understand that, when you look at the characters of an English language system, all of the characters look like they come from the same family of alphabet. But if you look at Chinese characters and put them aside the letter B, they're not going to look like, you could tell that they're from two different corners of the earth. So the point is with this here, why mention that? I have 5 steps on each side of my work. There's 3 steps with this one, but they're coming from the same not number system, but alphabetical system, geometry. That's what I'm getting at. So you see different remnants of this geometry, this quadrilateral stair step pattern, because that's really what it is. There's other people who have caught on to it too, such as this right here, because that's another place that you can find this on the earth. That's not exactly my count though, because it takes my count in order to have my discovery. With 45, 4.5, all numbers adding up to be 4 and 5. Okay, so that's that right there. This is, now that was where? That was Mexico. I'll go back. Four-sided Inca cross. The name derives from Quechua word chaque, which means to cross and to bridge. The Chicana symbolizes the Southern Cross constellation. Okay, so the Southern Cross. So what y'all also need to realize is that you cannot alter, upon this bringing in flat earth topic, you cannot alter a culture's, it's very disrespectful to alter a culture's learnings. The Southern Cross is connected to the Chicana, and the Chicana is connected to the Southern Cross. The Southern Cross is not visible in the North at all, period, point blank. That's very important. That proves a lot. So, and it says the Chicana is a holy symbol, okay? So it means I told people my discovery has to deal with God, because everything in the universe is built off of this intricate geometry. Not built like a square, but built off of the system of comprehension, symmetry. There's a center line that separates everything living in half. And we build our reality off of this symmetry. That's really the code that most people be picking up on, the 010 and 101. Binary code and everything that people pick up on really is symmetry. Symmetry is the key to the world. That's another word for balance. If you want to say balance things out, you want to make things symmetrical. Because once you've reached a state of true symmetry, you've reached a state of balance and equality on two mirroring sides, with opposing energies that now work together. Anyway, you got these screens right here. These are windows. Now, this is where? This is in Mexico. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. This is actually in Hindu. I mean, not in Hindu, but I mean in this is Chanakya. This is the Chanakya Shiva Temple. This is in Vellore, India. All right. This is a copyright photo I do not own the rights to, and it's from Manish Jashri. I think I said correct. .com. And as you can see on this building here, these windows, these screens, you can see this geometry right here. This is just like my work. Again, it's the same thing. They just don't have two at the top and the sides, 2 squares. They got 5 steps, but you can do it 2 different ways. You can conjunct the numbers 0 and 9, which is what those numbers would be at the corners, basically. They don't have 2 squares. They have 1 square. And 4 and 5 come together to make 10 in my work, because I know that sounds crazy, but 4 and 5 come together to make 10. Not just 9, it's optional. It's 9 or 10. 4 plus 1 equals 5. I'll explain that 10 aspect later on sometime. But you definitely, this is the side of the building right here, okay? This is the side of the building. But however, when you go to this here, this is what the building looks like. This is the Chinakeshava temple. And from the sky, this is literally what it looks like. Now count that over here. That big building right there will literally be this one right here. And if you count the edges, the 90-degree angles, you got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you look at the anti-gravity pillar, which is that right there, which is over there, that's exactly my work. It just does not have the X in the center. The geometry that is right there, the mathematical layout and count is exactly, that's exactly it. If you outline my work, I could literally just like a stamp, just take my work and just stamp it right there. And it's the exact same thing. And for whatever reason, they call it the anti-gravity pillar. Now you can also pay attention to this front entrance. The gate has a tall structure that has 5 horns at the top, or if you don't want to call it that, not horns, because there are 2 horns, 2 real horns on the side, but protrusions at the top. You got 5 levels as well, just not at a 45-degree angle. Those 5 levels you can see have 5 entrances, and there's a point that's at the top, which is the 4.5. So that's Chinakeshava. That's in India. These are different locations. This is the Madhera Sun Temple, all right? The Madhera Sun Temple. As you can see, like I told y'all about language, this right here, the language, the characters, when I made my first initial discovery, you can see that there's a stair-step upper pyramid type of thing going on with their symbology. That's the same type of thing you got going on with my stuff. If you can see that, you got a side view that you can view things architecturally, and you got a top view that you can view things architecturally. You can view all from the sides and from the top, and the front is a side. And if you got on top of this building that's right there that you see right there with those 5 pillars again, you see the number 5, you'll then see this right here. That right there is exactly my work, man. I don't see how nobody could see it. Oh man, why this had that? Okay. I don't see how anyone couldn't see it. And the fact is, I did an overlay of this on top of my work, and I found out something very important, another discovery, as a matter of fact. And it's a link between my work and the Mandelbrot set, which is a fractal. And my work is, in fact, fractal, very fractal. So the anti-gravity pillar, that's what I had to show y'all today. I just wanted to, because y'all are sleeping on this symbol that is, it's all over the earth, man. I'm not stretching anything when I say that. And the last place that is to be stamped, because this work is to build a pyramid. I'm writing a book right now, along with all of this. And this work is to build a pyramid here on the United States soil. This is the blueprint right here. Because like I told, the design blueprint. This is what it's going to look like. Literally. There's no games. And what y'all have to realize that's so special about this, with me showing this ancient work that was around and done far before I was around, how could I be showing you something that seemingly and righteously seemingly so has to deal something with ancient cultures? But I wasn't around back then. So, and how did they know about this is what that has to show you. A logical person would question, did they know of your work then? And at that point, yes, I did rediscover something, but what I'm showing you is that I've rediscovered something that is one of the most key fundamental things in the world that encompasses the whole world. The Milky Way galaxy, the Fibonacci sequence, all of those codes have numbers, and those numbers are all right here. Everything else is just a replication. You don't get anything but 0 through 9 in a replication. After that, base 60 is still using 10 digits and replicating. You just stop at 60. There's only 10 digits that we, even with a base 12, you're just changing the characters. We use a 12-hour clock, but it's still using a 10 count system. 60 seconds, it's still using a 10 count system. When you get to 9 seconds, you go to 10, then you go to 11. You get to 19, then you go to 20. And that's tens. That's looping at tens, not at 12s. It's still keeping the consciousness aspect of 10 prevalent and at the forefront, regardless of any other timing or counting system. It's right. That's why I did what I did, because within every second, every number, you have a fractal of that, the same thing. Within the number 1, you got the number 10. But within that, you got 10 tens, which makes 100. And it keeps on going. That's where the number 0, without that, you wouldn't be able to do that. It's one of the most important numbers, and that's why, without this number 0, you wouldn't have this whole lineup. So, I mean, that's pretty amazing, man, you know, for somebody who wasn't around back then to be able to show you 2 different places. And that's not even all of them. That's the funny thing about it. Don't forget about the Nazca lines, the Nazca star that I mentioned to y'all all the time. The Nazca star has that open box. It's exactly the same thing. And yeah, I'm just going to end that there. And I just wanted to stop through and show this to y'all real quick. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and it's very informative too. You all, peace out.